My name's Cameron Hall. I'm a Big Red 1 soldier. I had chronic back pain since about 2014. Probably about right after basic training, I noticed it a little bit. I was about 20 years old at the time. Now I'm 25, and it's been pretty consistent since about 2014. So it usually is it's pretty bad in the morning time, right when I get up. As the day goes on, it gets a little worse, depending on if I've stretched or just dependent on the amount of physical activity that I've done.
Now, this is what it was like back then in 2014?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And you noticed it or observed it only when you went to basic training? You hadn't prior to that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I had played college sports and I had played soccer for about 12 to 14 years. Never really had the pain that I had dealt with after basic training, but I mean, it was just a different physical requirement while I was at basic training. So I tried to deal with it on my own for the first couple years while I was in the military. I tried to stretch, heat it a little bit. Never really had proper guidance. Didn't want to go and necessarily bring that up to any of my primary cares. Just kind of wanted to push on and be the best I could for my unit.
How long did you endure this discomfort, pain?
I would say as soon as I got here, about 2014, July 2014, all the way up until about six months ago.
So we're talking about 5 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been enduring this discomfort and pain for about 5 years.
Yeah. So it was after one of our ranges, putting on my body armor. Here at the hospital, we don't get to put it on too much, but we were out there standing for about 8 to 10 hours. I'm at the range one day, and I just kind of noticed it started hurting me a lot more than usual. Usually it was about a 2 or 3, and then after that day, I had the pain consistently for about 3 or 4 days, at like a 6 or 7. So I realized that it had gotten a little worse. It was stuff that I couldn't really tolerate as efficiently as I had in the past. So I decided it was time to go visit my primary care, kind of bring up the issue. So the biggest issue was I had some inflammation in the left lower portion of my lower back, and it was kind of affecting the nerves that extend down into the lower extremities of the body. Okay,
and how would the exercises help relieve that pain?
So I was prescribed a home exercise program that really emphasized on prone push-ups. So generally consisted of laying flat on your stomach in a prone position and pushing up and leaving your torso and your trunk on the your lower extremities and your torso on the ground flat, and it would really kind of compress the lower back, and then you would return to the starting push-up, the position of being flat on the ground, and then you would repeat that 3 sets of 10, and it really kind of helped alleviate the pressure and the pain that I was feeling on my lower back. I think it's more just a fear and a stigma of being the guy that's injured in your unit. But I mean, my advice is, try to catch it early on. That way you can manage it effectively and then get back in the fight quicker.